वेलकम वंस अगेन डियर फ्रेंड्स। कॉम्पिटिशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन की श्रृंखला में हमारा ये दूसरा क्वेश्चन है, इंडियन इकोनॉमी ऑन द ईव ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस। लेट अस स्टार्ट। डिस्क्राइब थ्री की फीचर्स ऑफ इंडियाज फॉरेन ट्रेड on the eve of independence. Illustrate with the example of countries' trading patterns with other nations. Described three key features of India's foreign trade on the eve of independence. Illustrate with the examples the country's trading patterns with the other nations। ठीक है, तो ये क्वेश्चन क्या कहता है कि इंडिया के जो फॉरेन ट्रेड के तीन महत्वपूर्ण जो फीचर्स विशेषताएं हैं उसके बारे में बताना है एग्जाम्पल के साथ। On the eve of independence in 1947, India's foreign trade was characterized by several key features. Key features पहले देख लें। Dominance of British trade relations, limited diversification of trading partners, and low share of industrial exports. Let us start. Dominance of British trade relations. The country's trade was largely focused on exporting raw materials such as cotton, jute, and tea to Britain and importing finished goods in return. This trade pattern resulted from the exploitative economic policies imposed by British colonial rule, which hindered India's industrial development. Hindered means प्रभावित करना, रोकना, hindrance create करना. Examples: the export of raw cotton from India to Britain for use in British textile mills was a significant aspect of India's foreign trade at that time. Next point: limited diversification of trading partners. India had limited trading partners outside the British Empire. The colonial rule discouraged India from actively engaging in trade with the other countries, and the majority of its foreign trade was confined to British colonies. This lack of diversification in trading partners restricted India's economic growth and hindered the development of a more dynamic foreign trade landscape. Examples: India's trade relations with the neighboring countries such as Sri Lanka and Myanmar were mainly influenced by British colonial policies and were limited in scope. Low share of industrial exports. India's foreign trade was characterized by a relatively low share of manufactured or industrial goods in its export basket. The economy was primarily agrarian, and the majority of exports consisted of primary agricultural commodities. This limited India's ability to learn foreign exchange and hindered the development of a self-reliant industrial base. Example: India's major exports such as jute, tea, and spices were primarily agricultural products with a limited value addition. Overall, on the eve of independence, India's foreign trade was dominated by the colonial relationship with Britain, lacked diversification in trading partners, and had a limited share of industrial exports. These characteristics reflected the country's dependence on colonial trade policies and underscored the need for India to redefine its trade strategy post independence। ये दूसरा क्वेश्चन था कॉम्पिटेंसी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन की श्रृंखला में। डिस्क्राइब थ्री की फीचर्स ऑफ इंडियाज फॉरेन ट्रेड ऑन द ईव ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस। तीन महत्वपूर्ण फीचर्स बताने हैं। इलस्ट्रेट विद एग्जांपल्स द कंट्रीज ट्रेडिंग पैटर्न विद अदर कंट्रीज। तो ये तीन फीचर्स क्या हैं? डोमिनेंस ऑफ ब्रिटिश ट्रेड रिलेशंस, लिमिटेड डाइवर्सिफिकेशन ऑफ ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर्स एंड लो शेयर ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल एक्सपोर्ट्स। इसको एक पहले पढ़ा जा चुका है। थैंक यू।